Friends, yesterday only I had put up my views in 3 parts. Last concluding was yesterday. What happens when there is no war between Russia and Ukraine? In all the cases where Ukraine attacks or Russia attacks, or if there is no war, the beneficiaries were not Russia but Biden government and the American imperialists, where they want desperately that independently growing European Union as a pole in multipolar world must come to an end and US hegemony be re-established. It is part of the previous governments like Trump, what used to call MAGA, Make America Great Again. And now today we have come to know that Putin has declared Luhansk and Donetsk, LPR and DPR as independent nations, and is sending his own army, Russian army, to protect it as peacekeeping forces. This has naturally infuriated US as well as NATO, and now what they wanted seems to be fully achieved, fully accomplished. Whether war breaks out or not, European Union as independent entity is eroded. US hegemony is being re-established. Well, this is part of the world which is capitalist. Imperialism, of course, it has its own contradictions, deep contradictions. At one end, USA and its partner, even though there is a deep contradiction among themselves, that is US and NATO. On the other hand, Russia and China. And let us see how it grows. War still is not very essential as it seems at this given moment. There doesn't seem to be any war, because war, if they attack Russia, Ukraine will be almost annexed by Russia itself, except maybe some portion if NATO intervenes through Poland. So a part will be taken over by Poland and will be known as so-called leftover Ukraine. But in case World War takes place, that is Russia and USA directly comes into war, it will turn into nuclear war and there will be no winner. In the meantime, I hope that China, many Latin American countries, many ex-USSR nations who are with Russia will recognize these DPR and LPR very soon. And whether they are accepted in UN or not, but they will be independent country. If really war breaks out, you think Taiwan will remain independent? That is also doubtful. And the world citizen will be much more poorer than ever. Not only prices of petrol and diesel will rise world over. Not only the share markets will crash world over. But like what we saw happening last 2 years due pandemic, coronavirus pandemic, the people lost their independence, lost their economic and political gains what they had from last few decades. And the capitalist class usurped it, they'll be usurping it more. And the exploited class, 90-95% world over, will be ceding more power, economically, politically, socially, and even spiritually. We are getting divided more and more among ourselves in name of caste, color, creed, nation, etc., etc. Hope you hear this, have some insight what is happening globally and what's happening in our individual countries and what is our individual role. And if you are part of some organization, what is the role of our organization? Thank you, friends.